Those who are hardcore defense aspirants and due to some reason you have not been able to take on any of the entries, whether it was NDA, TES, CDS, NCC Special Entry, or even TJS, Army Education Corps also. Maybe so many, all those entry you might have missed. और अगर आपके दिल में फिर भी तमन्ना रह गई हमारी सेनाओं में अधिकारी बनने की, तो एक बस अभी भी आपके लिए बची है, एंड दैट इज द लास्ट बस विच इज स्टिल वेटिंग फॉर यू इज टेरिटोरियल आर्मी, द TA which you call. At the end of this video, I will be answering, I'll be taking on the questions which have been asked by the candidates. TA is a wonderful organization. It is part of the regular army. Same ranks, same privileges. And why I said last verse? Because it offers you the entry up to the age of 42 years. Such a wonderful entry. Try it. And from last 2 years, it has been opened for the female officers also. That is a big advantage. Now, Territorial Army will have the male as well as female officers. I will tell you some details about the Territorial Army. Territorial Army is a voluntary force of civilian donning the uniform for a few months every year without joining the regular army. Those interested in Territorial Army, as I have already told you, the age limit is from 18 to 42 years. And one of the eligibilities criteria for an individual to become a Territorial Army officer, he has to be well settled and gainfully employed. I meant he or she. You can reach up to the rank of brigadier. I have met few Territorial Army officers who were attaining the rank of brigadier. Even we had a minister, information and broadcasting minister long back from Odisha state. He had a rank of brigadier. I met an officer in IP University who is holding a rank of a brigadier. What a beauty! You are joining through a different entry and still going to such a higher rank. Territorial Army has departmental units also, because ultimate aim is to support army whenever required and also to the civil administration whenever there is any calamity out there. Territorial Army has got various departments. They have got a Territorial Railway unit. They have got a Indian Oil Corporation unit, ONGC unit, and even I know there is a territorial unit, maybe one or more. Those are called ecological battalion also. Entire desert has been converted by them into a green belt all along the borders. Wherever plantation was required, they have been doing it. Just for your information, Territorial Army was raised by Britishers in 1920 with two wings, one for Europeans and one for Anglo-Indians. One for European and Anglo-Indians and other for Indian volunteers. Of late, TA has become a way of lateral entries with officers being taken for full-time employment also. It is part of a regular army and assists in civil administration, in maintenance of essential services and so on. In 1948, the Territorial Army Act was passed immediately after the independence. It has many public personalities today like Member Parliament and Minister Anurag Thakur, actor Mohan Lal from southern states, cricketer Kapil Dev, MS Dhoni, Sachin Tendulkar, and so many other people holding the honorary rank. And I just forgot to mention the Information and Broadcasting Minister KP Singh Dev had a rank of brigadier. Even the Deputy Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Sachin Pilot, is holding a rank of Territorial Army officer. These are the later entry. It is a wonderful entry. If still you are aspiring, you can become a defense officer. This is a wonderful entry. Try to explore it. And just to tell you, now for this year, the forms are out. From 19th of July, I think notification is out and you can again apply for it. You may be a professor, you may be engineer, you may be a doctor, whatever field you might have chosen, you may be a lawyer. I met a lawyer at India Gate who was a Territorial Army officer. I met an officer in FICCI Auditorium. He is also a Territorial Army officer. And they were very happy to see me. I had a good interaction with them. And I know one of the lady student, one of my student has also got selected for Territorial Army. That was one of the first batch of the women Territorial Army officers. I have been getting lot many doubts from the students. One by one I am taking those questions also, maybe at the cost of repetition, which I have already told you. Some of the students or aspirants, they have asked me, sir, what is the duty of Territorial Army? Let me explain you. Territorial Army is part of regular army. Its present role is A, to relieve the regular army from static duties in case of any warlike situation comes up. 2, assist civil administration in dealing with natural calamities, maintenance of essential services in situation where life of communities is affected, the security of country, and C, among the maintenance of essential services, like we have got a railway Territorial Army, we have got ONGC Territorial Army. Whenever anything, even at the time of the mass strikes, these organizations have taken over the charge, and nobody in country could ever feel that things can come to standstill. We have got organization to take care of our citizens. As I already told you, still I'll repeat, for applying nationality only citizens of India, male and female, they can apply. Age limit is 18 to 42 years on the last day of filling of application. For this year, the last day of filling application is 19th August 2021. Education, you have to be graduate from any of the recognized University of India. Physical standards, candidate must be physically and medically fit in all aspects. Employment, candidate applying should be gainfully holding some employment, whether with central government, state government, semi-government, public sector units, private sector, self-employed, and owning their business. I would like to mention here the serving member of regular Army, Navy, Air Force, Police, GRIF, paramilitary forces and like forces are not eligible to apply for Territorial Army. For this year, written exam will take place on 26th of September. Date of holding examination, as mentioned, is liable to be changed at the discretion of the competent authority. I repeat, for the listener, the last date for application in 2021 is 19th of August and examination date is slotted on 26th of September 2021. Kindly don't miss it. For written examination, concerned Territorial Army Group Headquarters. I will just like to read out the name for the centers. Chandigarh, Jalandhar, Shimla, Delhi, Ambala, Hisar are the Territorial Group Headquarters for Western Command. These will be the center for the written examination. For the Central Command, Lucknow, Allahabad, Agra, Bhubaneswar, Dehradun will be the centers for the written test. For Eastern Command, Calcutta, Darjeeling, Guwahati and Dimapur are the centers. For Headquarters Southern Command, Jaipur, Pune, Bengaluru and Hyderabad are the examination centers. And for Northern Command, Udhampur, Srinagar, Nagrota are the group headquarters which you can select for your examination centers as per your convenience. Very unique thing. In Territorial Army, you can serve the nation in two capacities, as a civilian and as a soldier. No other option allows you such an wide experience. Why not to encash it? All the professors in the university, lawyers of High Court, Supreme Court, engineers, doctors, this is a wonderful opportunity. Why don't you apply and catch the opportunity? Age is up to 42 years, that's the limit. Selection procedure. Some of the students, they have forwarded me a query that what is the selection procedure. I will tell you, the select candidate whose application form are found correct will be called for screening. That is written exam followed by interview only if passed in written exam by a preliminary interview board which is called PIB by the respective Territorial Army Group Headquarters. Successful candidate will further undergo a test at a Service Selection Board SSB and the medical board for the final selection. Written test, interview, then SSB. So prepare for SSB from now onwards, the day you apply. And then medically you have to fit in all aspects. Vacancies for male and female candidates will be determined as per the organization requirement. Then there is embodiment for training. 1 month basic training in the first year of commissioning. Then 2 month annual training camp every year including first year. And 3 months of post commissioning training within first 2 years of commissioning at OTA Chennai. These are the training commitments. Now, if you want to know about the written test, for the written examination, there is the first paper which includes reasoning and elementary mathematics. The duration of 2 hours, there are 50 questions of reasoning and 50 questions of mathematics. Then paper 2 has got general knowledge and objective English. Both will have 50 questions. Paper is of 2 hours and the maximum mark for this paper is also 50 plus 50. 50 for general knowledge, 50 for English. Overall 200 marks papers are there. That covers your written test. If one of the students, he has asked me about the pay scales. Pay scales are same which are in a regular army. Lieutenant's pay is at level 10 and brigadier's pay is at level 13A as per the last pay commission. These were the basics. Another student has asked me, how about the pension for the Territorial Army officers? Let me tell you, on completion of 20 years of physical service, point to note, physical service for officers is must to get pension. One of the question by a candidate is, does Territorial Army recruit every year? Yes, once a year exam is conducted. Maybe last year because of the COVID situation, I think exam was not conducted, but that is clear to everyone. Otherwise, minimum and not minimum, once a year it has always been conducted. So be prepared. Prepare for written test, prepare for interview, prepare for SSB, develop your personality. As I have already applied, the question has come, can a Territorial Army officer join regular army? It's not required, he is already employed. Why? There is no need. Another question which has come, it is related to training. How long is Territorial Army training? Let me tell you, annual training, the maximum of 36 days with expansion up to maximum of 60 days, including a camp for 14 days. Post-commissioning training, all officers are required to undergo 10 weeks of post-commissioning training at IMA within first 2 years of commissioning. Again a question, it is at the cost of repetition. One candidate has asked, who all cannot join Territorial Army? Let me repeat it. The serving members of regular army, navy, police, GREF, paramilitary forces and like forces are not eligible to apply for it. This was the important information which I could share with you people. Territorial Army is a wonderful organization. You must fulfill your desire to become a defense officer. This is the only organization where you serve country in two ways, as a civilian, as a soldier. Why not to join it? Thank you.
Kamal Sharma has asked, Jai Hind sir, my age is 26 and I have only one option to join the army, which is Territorial Army. Is it good as compared to regular army or not? Is there any scope of all the adventures and other activities in TA which are in regular army?
One question has come from Kamal Sharma. He says he is 26 years. He feels that this is the Territorial Army is the only option for him to join defense forces as an officer. He is also worried whether he will have same adventurous life, he will have same perks and privileges in Territorial Army as it is with the regular army. I must tell all of you, your pay scales are same, perks and privileges are same, adventurous life is same, you get all the facilities, games and sports, everything is same. Don't miss the chance.
Next question is, sir, which job would act as a leverage to join TA? I'm 25 and all my regular attempts are over, so trying to figure out which job to get into so that I can join army through TA. What job will act as a leverage for TA?
Another question has come from Karthike. He says he is 25 years and now his chance of joining a regular army are over. He is asking which job will be at par or will have advantage, will offer advantage for joining the Territorial Army. Let me tell you, you have to be gainfully employed. Whether you are a businessman, you are a lawyer, you are a doctor, engineer, or maybe in any of the government sector. I know one of my seniors who had narrated me a story that when he was a second lieutenant, one of the zonal managers of the railways had joined his unit during 1971 war. You have to be gainfully employed and you can always apply. There is no priority to any particular job, nothing, no other consideration. Only thing is you have to be gainfully employed so that you are able to maintain your status also.
So one of my friends is turning 40 this year and is preparing for TA. So will it be a good decision or TA recruits talent over age?
There's a question which has come from Shobit. He says one of his friend is 40 years old and he says, will it be correct to apply? Territorial Army is giving you a chance. I said that on 19th of August 2021, on that particular date, you should be below 42. Your friends still have got chances. There may be some more friends of all the listeners who have been defense aspirant in the past और दिल में अब भी तमन्ना है एक सैनिक अधिकारी बनने की, मौका हाथ से नहीं जाने दें. And I must tell Shobit his friend should apply.
Will TA recruit talent over age?
No, TA is already offering you age up to 42. You should not have any doubt. Apply.